Hey, it's Alpha Bob, here for another video. Today we will fit your new Alpha character with a cheap but useful exploration fitting. There are three main things to focus on to make your ship perfect to hack relic sites and null space. To access this fitting, click on the magnifying glass to search and type in Alpha Bob. Click on my picture, I'm the good-looking one. Once you see my bio page, click on my 1.5 million ISK Heron fitting. Now click on the Simulate button. If you hover your cursor over the core probe launcher, you can see that no probes are loaded. On the left side, select Hardware and then enter the word probe in the search box. Find the core scanner probe 1 and drag it over to your fitting. You can now see my base sensor strength is 55 points. You want to reach at least 72 points, but this will take a while as you upgrade your scanning skills. Notice that I don't have the rangefinding skill, so I will remove the scan rangefinder array. Now, my base sensor strength is 52 points. This is still enough to scan down level 3 relic sites. The second most important stat for my ship is to get the targeting range close to 65 kilometers. This will match the range of my cargo scanner. With my 1 day of alpha skills, I have 62 kilometers of target range. With this, I can target and cargo scan all the containers in any relic site. This will greatly help with your efficiency of hacking relic sites. The third stat you should focus on is the navigation align time. This is the time it takes your ship to enter warp from a dead stop. This is my align time with the Microwarpdrive on. I click on the Microwarpdrive to turn it off. Now you can see my align time is 3.92 seconds. This is rounded up to a 4-second align time. If it was 4.01 seconds, it would be rounded up to 5 seconds. As your alpha skills increase, you can improve your align time to 3 seconds in a Heron ship. This will help you escape potential hunters and gate camps. We are now ready to buy all the equipment for this ship fitting. There are several different buttons to buy all, but I like to use the Fit Ship button here on the left side. You will see this warning about the rigs. Rigs can only be installed on your ship once. When you remove them, they are destroyed. Click Yes. This is the list of equipment you don't have. Now click on the Buy All button. Since I already have 8 core scanner probes, I adjust the number of probes from 16 to 8. You want to have a total of 16 probes to make scanning more efficient. When you are ready to purchase, press the Buy and Fit button. You will see this warning again. Just click Yes so the rigs can be installed on your ship. Click Yes to exit the ship simulation. Now you will see your current ship with all the new equipment installed. Manually move 8 core scanner probes to the ship. You are now ready to explore as a new alpha clone. As your skills increase, use this fitting window to get your scan strength to 72 points, keep you targeting range close to 65 kilometers, and get your align time under 3 seconds. I will now show you a quick trip into null space. If you are brand new, you might want to try hacking first in high security space, but the thrill and danger in null space will make your hacking exciting and pull in the big ISK. I now buy my jump filaments to travel into and out of null space. You need 1 inbound and 1 outbound Triglavian space filaments. I look for the cheapest. Now I can only afford one noise 5 needle jack filament. It's better to have about 5 to 10 of these.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
To use a filament, fly to a bookmark. Change your safety setting to partial safety. And create a fleet with yourself. After a few seconds, you can click the Activate button to travel into a random null space location. When you first arrive in Null, check the local chat window to see if there are other pilots in the system. Next, turn on the anomalies filter to see which pirate sites are in this region. Angel space is good. I now use the map to look for activity. I changed the map to show the number of pilots in space. Systems with just one pilot are usually safe. I now will use the agency window to look for systems with a high number of cosmic signatures. I want to stay in null space. Not a lot of signatures. I decide to use the map to plan a route to nearby systems without any pilots. I only need to find 1 or 2 relic sites to make this trip worth it.
Warp drive active.
When you use a jump filament, there is a 15-minute timer before you can make your next jump.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Finally, a signature to scan. Since I'm alone in this system, I just fly to a planet while I make my scan. This is not a relic or data site, and someone has entered the system.
Warp drive active.
I fly to the next system. This system has someone here too. Notice his name is very similar to the pilot in the last system. This is a good indication this is a local player, and I should be more careful. Locals don't like us explorers hacking in their space.
Warp drive active.
And he could alert other nearby players about me. There are times when you shouldn't warp gate to gate. And there are times when you should fly to a bookmark and use a filament to leave when the 15-minute timer is done. I will devote a series of videos with tips for staying safe in null space.
Warp drive active.
Back to scanning. Notice how this signature just disappeared. This is because I have a filter to only show relic and data sites. You can see this was a combat site. I'm not interested in those. Well, crud.
Warp drive active.
No sights in this system. I've got to be patient. There is some luck involved with exploring. But that can all change when you find that one relic site worth 100 million ISK. Just don't fail the hacks.
Warp drive active.
This place sucks. I only have a few
Warp drive
minutes
active.
left on my jump timer. I will leave this space then. On longer visits to null, I will jump after the 15 minutes if I don't find any good sites. If there are good sites, I will stay until I don't feel safe. You can also log out while in null space. Then check back later for empty systems with new sites.
Warp drive active.
My scanning is slow because I still only have day 1 alpha skills. The scanning process will become faster when you max out your alpha skills. Finally, a data site. And my jump timer is done. Usually I will skip over data sites. They are often not worth the time for the ISK you can make. But I will do this data site before I return back to Jita.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
On top of being worth less than relic sites, data sites will often have the containers spread far apart. Most annoying. I find 2 of the containers worth hacking. I tag them with the letter X. I start to hack the mainframe. Later on, I will do a video series on hacking tips. Success. Now you can watch me struggle to find the tag column for my overhead window. I have a video describing my setup, but it's obvious I didn't follow my own instructions. As you play, you will continue to improve your setup and key bindings. You can also see the struggle I'm having when I can't target all the containers at once. This is why having the 65-kilometer max target range is so important. I now hack the databank, which is the most difficult can to hack. Even though I made a few mistakes, I found the core. I collect the loot, leaving behind the heavy and worthless items. I now fly to my bookmark, where I can use my filaments to return back to Jita. To return to high space, you need these two filaments. This one will jump you to Triglavian space, and the other one will jump from Triglavian to high security space. I warp to the furthest planet.
Warp drive active.
I wait to set a bookmark far from all planets. This way, my ship will be out of D-scan range of most ships. I have to wait 15 minutes before using my next filament, so I want to stay safe from any potential hunters.
Warp drive active.
Once I'm at my bookmark, I fly down with my Microwarpdrive on. I go over this in another video, but basically, if you are moving fast and get scanned down with combat probes, by the time the hunter warps to your location, your ship will be far enough away to avoid any warp scramble attempt. Now I just wait for the jump timer to finish. Okay, this is embarrassing. My video recording stopped just before I made the jump back to high security space. Actually, I jumped to a low security system and had about 8 jumps to Jita. I survived and sold my loot for just over 11 million ISK. But sadly, I can't show that to you. The next best thing, you can watch my video on how to exit null safely. For that video, click here on the left. Or click the video on the right to see my next series on hacking tips. Until later, happy hacking.